This your boy Tony Cash. You now rocking with F.A.M.E TV.
Alright, so for those tuning in, who ain't really familiar with you, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do.
My name is Tony Cash. I'm pushing all of this music crazy, man. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get up. I'm up and coming, grinding crazy. Like, that's all I do, for real.
Heard. So I see you got, a new song out, that you got with A.R. So tell people a little bit about that.
Yeah, man, I reached out to Ab, and Ab was cool, man. He was cool people. Like, all I did was hit him up.
Oh, but before you even tell that story, what made you tell us? Because we had a conversation off camera. So tell the people, like, what led you to reach out to him and how that whole thing came together. Like, tell the people from the beginning, like, how you reach out, what made you reach out to him and all that.
Well, like last year when Panda was popping, man, like I had done a little freestyle, and in that freestyle I was like, oh, trying to make moves with AR Ad, and I DM'd it to him, and I guess he fucked with it a little bit, and he gave me a little, gave me a little price. I'm like, all right, that's reasonable, but he ain't have to do that though. I feel like he ain't have to. That's nothing to him, like, so I feel as though when I reached out to him and I had everything right, we just went and did that. That shit banging. That shit crazy.
Right. So you had told me a little story off camera, like before you went down there, one of your mans had a little situation with Ed. Yeah. So before you went down there to record the song with him, you kind of was hitting him up. So tell the story. So I ain't got to really get. You can tell the story.
One of my homies, man, he be engineering down at Batcave sometimes, and like, I guess he went there real late one time, like 11:30, 12, and he knocked on the door, and like, somebody came to the door with a strap, drawn right out from the rip. He's like, who are you, who are you? My man said he's about to shit on himself. He's like, oh, I'm just an engineer, a producer, like, I work here, da da da. And then he's like, oh, how I know you're not an assassin? How I know you're not an assassin, young wolf? And then, after that, he showed his ID, showed what he do and stuff, and then, they got cleared up. But so when I was coming down there, I just was making sure, like, yo, hitting him up, like, yo, I'm here, like, you remember I'm coming? Like, so he didn't do nothing like that to me. Like, I just wanted everything to go smooth and shit.
Right. So we was talking off camera, you told me, like, how you really got into rap and what made you really want to go full throttle and really take it serious and all that. You was telling me you was working and stuff like that, and then you decided to, make this move. So tell the people, I ain't want to give them too much, but go ahead and tell the people a little bit about what you told me.
Like, man, I started off working a 9-to-5 day job. I was over at Walmart, man, for a little minute, until I just started rapping. I started fucking with rap. My mans and them started fucking with rap, so I was just like, man, let me see if I could pick it up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ron Torch, shout out to Too Much, Heem Havoc, 7G. But they got me started, and they put that battery in my back, like, bro, do this, tweak that. And so once I started really getting serious, I just left. Like, I can't, because I needed my time. Once I got my money right, I needed my time right. I couldn't do that with that, so I basically just took a risk. Like, I couldn't do everything at once. If you're gonna do this, you gotta really, and that's one thing I learned. If you really gonna take this shit serious, this music shit serious, you really gotta dedicate yourself. All your time, all your effort, all your money, everything gotta go into believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then you ain't gonna make it, point blank. Like,
right. So you said, you was telling me, like, while you was working at Walmart, you had seen NH there one time, and then and this was you was in the process of rapping and stuff like that. Yeah. So I want you to tell a story. It's a funny story because it's typical. Typical of how people think and stuff like that in Philly when they see certain rappers and stuff like that. So just go ahead and tell them that story. Like, when he walked in the joint, you worked there. Like, how'd that go?
Like, I'm working and shit, and I see this nigga NH come through. So at first I'm like, oh, is that him? So I tapped my man like, yo, is that NH? And he was like, yo, it damn sure is. Like, I won't go shake his hand, but is that Joe? Like, is that too Joe? I was just like, damn, I don't know. But I was thinking about going over there, introducing myself, telling them, but I was just like, damn, man, I got my uni on. Like, I don't want this to be my first impression. So I just was like, I played the cut that day. But you know what I mean? Like, that was just a funny time because my man, like, everybody was like, yo, that's an H, oh shit, that's an H. Like, So yeah, real rap, you know. He definitely respected the hood, you know. Shout out to the Nate, you know, real rap.
Where. And also, you was telling me you actually bumped into Hattie one time too, not at Walmart though, but you had bumped into him another time. And talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I bumped into Hattie. We actually got the same engineer. I don't know if he's still using now, but at the time we had the same engineer, and I'm coming to the studio, and he coming out the studio, and it's funny because it's like I always kind of knew because you know I talked to my engineer. He's like, yeah. He did with such and such, a couple big names, and he mentioned Hattie. So I always knew it was a matter of time before we ran into each other. So then that day came, and oh shit, Hattie was cool as shit. Like we bumped up, he busted up. He let me hear what he had just laid in the stew, and he was like, yo, we exchanged numbers, and we definitely gonna try to put something together, man. Look for that soon. Shout out to Hattie, man.
Yeah. So what part of Philly you from?
Well, I was born up north. 23rd Lehigh. I was there till I was about 6, 7. Then we moved over here to Frankfurt in the Northeast. And you know, at first we was on a block with like a bunch of, you know, white people, cool people. But as the years went on, like we got here in like 99, so it was like 03, 04, 05. Like as the years started going on, they started moving out. And everybody, like, just like how we came from North, everybody started coming from like different hoods. Like you got Southwest, Cummins, you got niggas from West, North, everybody coming west, like everybody was coming to Frankfurt and up the Northeast, you mean everybody trying to get out the hood and shit, so the hood just basically starting to come up here, so yeah, so now I'm in Frankfurt with it, man. I've been here for years now.
So people that's tuning in, like you said, that's not really familiar with you, not familiar with your story, not familiar with your music. Now I mean, tell them why would they pay attention? So they watching like, yo, who is this guy? I mean, why would I listen to him? Like, why would I pay attention to anything he doing? Like, tell the people why they should pay attention to Tony Cash. Who Tony Cash?
I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason why y'all should tune in to me, pay attention to me, is because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm different. I could hit any type of sound you in, and any type of mood you in, any type of sound you want. I could definitely switch it up. I'm new. I'm relatable. Like I'm a young nigga coming up. Like I can relate to almost anybody. Like I'm make music for the old, for the young, for the fat, skinny, whoever. Like black, white. So I'm definitely coming up. Yo, new sound, new everything. Like Tony Cash, dog. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you was saying that you basically was working and you wanted to start getting a passion for rap. You wanted to rap. He's like, man, I'm quitting this job. Yeah, I'm gonna go full throttle. He's like, man, I got a baby on the way. Like, I'm gonna just grind. I'm gonna get to it. So for the people that's watching, tell them like, I mean, what you got going on now, being as though you full-time rapping now. Like, I know I brought up the ARAB song, so tell them like where they can get that, what's going on with that. And I mean, tell them about the vid, all that.
Like right now, man, like my situation, like I said, I was working part-time, and I had a 9 to 5 at Walmart or whatever. I'm still hustling, doing my little street shit, getting money other ways. I ain't really gonna get too much into that, but you know, I'm comfortable. I'm to the point where I stacked up enough bread. I feel like now is the time. Like if it's not now, then it's never. Cause I just had to take this shit and run with it right now. So I got that gut feeling. So I'm just doing it. I left. It's kind of like a risk. You really gotta risk shit. Like the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward for real. So I'm risking this shit. Like you said, I'm expecting a baby, a little baby girl. That's due either July or August. So, you know, I got pressure on that. Like, you know, I got people, family members watching me like, damn, you know, you doing this, you doing that, critiquing me, doing this. And some people applaud me, you know, like the people that's close to me is applauding me, holding me down, support me as they should, because, you know, when we blow up, we all eating. And I'm gonna remember the people that was down with me and stuff. I'm gonna bring them too, but they're not gonna get spoiled like everybody else though. But yeah, man, so I was working with ARAB. First I had met up with Young 187. Shout out to YO. They doing they got their little wave. They definitely blowing up right now. Like shout out to them heavy. Like real recognized real. And I had met up with them on a Tuesday, and 2 days later on that Thursday I had met up with AB. So that was like a back to back, like blow, boom, boom. So I'm doing these big moves and I'm thinking like, and then, you know, I'm gonna go back to work and it's just like, man, I don't belong here. Like I don't belong among these people. Like at work doing the 9 to 5. It's just not for me. And I've been knew it wasn't for me, but now that my paper right, I'm making the right moves. I'm doing everything the right way. Now is the right time. So when I made those moves, it was just like I gotta cut this shit. It's on to the next. It's on to the next. I gotta focus on this music shit all the way. Right now, where we're at.
Right. So now, where could people check the song out? Like you on SoundCloud? Where
yeah,
they could check it out?
Now, I got this mixtape just dropped on 420. It's called Neighborhood Gas Man. It's up on SoundCloud right now. It's Spinnerilla. Trying to get that joint on iTunes soon. We working on it. iTunes, my mixtape. We working on that. But right now it's on SoundCloud. Spinnerilla. Go download, repost. Neighborhood Gas Man. I mean, we coming from the dirt, man. We coming from the ground, so we campaigning. This is us coming out, man. And I'm reaching out to everybody. Anybody that's popping in Philly, I'm down to work with. It don't matter if you got 1,000 followers or fucking 50K. Of course, I'm work with anybody in between, whoever. Like, as long as you hot and you real, we can vibe out, and I fuck with you. Like, we can get shit popping. Right? I'm trying to bring the whole city up, put it on for everybody.
So plug all your info for how people can get at you and all that.
On IG, I'm Tony Cash with 2 underscores. I don't really got the Twitter. I do got Twitter, but I ain't been on that joint in a minute. I can't even remember the password. I'm gonna have to make a Twitter up, definitely, but I'm definitely on IG and I'm on Facebook at Tony De Niro. So yeah, get up with me. That's the way you can DM me. Just hit me up. I'm real. I'm down to earth. So I mean, soon I'm probably gonna get a little squad, but for right now, I'm still humble with it. You can just reach out to me, whoever, and we can just get shit cracking. Like, shout out to Philly Fame, man. They definitely came out. I appreciate y'all having me on this platform. It definitely is a good look for me. Definitely, I'm humble. Watch out for a lot of new shit. I'm definitely y'all gonna be hearing about me. Y'all gonna be seeing me way more. We making big moves. I'm dedicated. Like, it don't stop. We can't stop. Shout out DTM. They dedicated to money. We gonna have the merchandise coming real soon. Shows. Look out for me at shows. Look out for me on features, because I'm working with a lot of people. So look out for me on that. I'm gonna be all over the place, man. So just look out for the kid, Tony Cash, man.